All right, moments away from getting started, it seems. Be Excellent keeping the 5-card hand. Be Excellent puts 2 cards on the bottom. Kaplan has mulligan to 6. Kaplan on the play, fetching a polluted delta to start.
So is it Delver? So I almost upon resolve, so it's habit.
So it's Delver or Fall Plan?
This was around this is round 2 of 8. There were 8 rounds of Swiss before top 8. X-Grave pointing out, I believe this initiative player was one of the trial winners Friday. I think that's correct. Someone could go fact check that. Be Excellent, a part of the extended 90s MTG family. It was nice to meet them at this event. Lotus Petal, Ancient Tomb, and pass.
Yes, backwards. Checker.
Sorry, what's that?
NV Adams with a great question. What are your opinions on the initiative decks? People in the modern Discord are apparently saying it's killing the format. There's a wide range of different opinions on this. I know you're asking for my opinion. My opinion is it's not killing the format. I think that would be extreme to say. The win percentages are, again, according to MTGO, there are not that many large tabletop events happening, but according to the data that I see posted in the 90s MTG Discord from MTGO, it seems like slowly the initiative win rates are dwindling down, but the share of the metagame for initiative and Delver is relatively high compared to what we're used to. I personally don't really see that as a bad thing all by itself. Like 2 decks being the best decks and taking up a wide meta share is not necessarily a bad thing for me personally. I'm playing the initiative deck. I like the deck. I like playing the mirror so far. I like playing the deck against other kinds of decks, including Delver. I think the gameplay is interesting. I don't know how the other people feel. But the last thing I'll say to wrap up the whole thought is there are key cards, important, relevant cards, missing from MTGO. I don't know what the timeline is for those cards to be added to MTGO. I don't think anybody does. Lightning Bolt takes out Palace Jailer here. Be Excellent is still the Monarch. But when those cards are added to MTGO, I think we'll get a really clear look at, are these decks, Initiative, that is, and Delver, too good? Are they too powerful? Can't be beaten from the top? And at that point, I think I personally will have a... I'll feel like I have a more confident opinion on what needs to happen as far as updating the ban and restricted list. I'm not a big ban person. I'm not. I lean more towards just keep all the cards available and let's figure it out. As long as the gameplay is fun, which I find it to be, I'm good. Other people don't think it's fun, and that's fine. Not everybody liked Cons of Tarkir Limited either, Like, you're not going to please everybody. Not everybody likes Ravnica. Not everybody wants, combo metas. Not everybody wants aggro metas. Not everybody wants blue piles to be the best deck. Some people insist that we need a blue pile to be the best deck. Can't please everybody. Richard in Pizza says we could just unban Deathrite Shaman. Yeah. I don't know if I'm for that. I didn't really like Deathrite Shaman in the format. So Kaplan is now the Monarch here in Game 1. I missed a bunch of play-by-play trying to give a thorough answer to a question I'm getting a lot, which is why I tried to give a thorough answer. Here's Thalia. Seems like it can't be countered. Cavern of Souls most likely on human. I also, I'll just add this one more thing. I know I said one more thing a moment ago, but some people are not liking Commander products and these supplemental sets adding cards to Legacy that are not designed with 1v1 constructed in mind, like White Plume Adventurer and Seasoned Dungeoneer, and many other cards that have been designed over the last decade, like going all the way back to True Name Nemesis. They don't like that. I like it. I like it. I think it's cool. What's happening on the Commander tables, I want to grab some of what they're doing and try it too. I don't want to feel like I don't get to try all those cards because they're designed for multiplayer. Unless the card says if you have something, something outrageous, like if the game started, excuse me, if you have one opponent remaining, you win the game or something like that, that would just be ridiculous. That card would obviously need to be banned. Okay. We're getting a judge call here. I remember Kaplan speaking to me about this between rounds. This is a force on Thalia, and there's some debate over whether the Cavern was intended to be used to make Thalia uncounterable. Let's see what the judge says.
And what's happened since then?
So I forced a will date. I didn't realize he was using the
Can't be counted force.
right.
And then nothing else has happened since then, and then that's when you called the judge over?
Mystic Sanctuary.
I had a
Put Unholy
trigger
Heat on
off
top.
Dragon's Rage
And
Channeler.
it's 6
Have you
damage on
resolved
Holy
that?
Heat.
Yes.
Okay, so at this point, Cavern of Souls is assumed to be used. There is a shortcut in the term rules that specifies that that ability specifically is just assumed to be used if the mana could be used for the creature spell. So the Thalia is uncounterable, and there is nothing illegal in this game state currently. So there's nothing that I can do to rewind this game state.
I had a decision in my head and then I second guessed myself.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter that there's no human tag on the card.
Well, it's a human soldier. Like I very clearly said I was writing it down here. If you'd like, we could put a human tag on it.
Also, if your heads up, I am not one of the head judges for this tournament, so you do have the right to appeal this tournament. I'll be right back. We're at table 10.
Okay, so a judge ruled that the shortcut of just declaring that the Cavern is on human and then tapping it and casting a human, it's assumed that you intended to make it uncounterable. Dave Kaplan is appealing. It seems like Kaplan is unsure if the Cavern was on human or it not being tagged as human with some kind of a piece of paper or something. Made the situation confusing. Let's see what happens.
Hi, I'm Travis, head judge for today's events. Ryan has explained to me briefly what happened, so I'm going to start by explaining what I've been told, give you each a chance to add or correct that record, and then we're going to issue a final ruling. Does that sound good? Sure. My understanding is Thalia was cast recently using the Cavern of Souls, which had named Human ability. Force Will was cast targeting Thalia on the stack. Since then, Thalia was resolved and we cast some more spells. Is that an accurate summation of what's happened? Okay.
The only spell that's been cast is Force of Will,
Okay.
and then the trigger resolved on that, and he.
We resolved the survey. And that's where we are now. We've just Force Will and Thalia are both still on the stack. We resolved the surveil from Drag Race. That's where we are now. Everything else I said was correct?
Yes.
Okay. Excellent. So, we do have a shortcut for Cavern of Souls where the precedent is that players assume to be using that colored mana that is for the uncounterable spell. unless they say otherwise, if the pre-defense is correct. So Thalia is uncountable and a legal target for Soul. So,
Does it matter? Like, there's no indication on the cavern?
as long as
I wrote it down right here.
as long as humans was named on the card display, that satisfies that requirement. So I am upholding for this ruling. This is a legal game state, and we'll play off from here. I'm also going to give you a 3-minute time to do.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll be on the play. I will give you a 5-minute extension. I wanted to hold on to the chance like.
Okay, so force pitching Brainstorm. Legal target is Thalia, but it cannot be countered is the final ruling from the head judge. Dave Kaplan appearing in the chat a moment ago that the creature that was exiled by Jailer did not come back when Kaplan took the Monarch. I'm not a judge, but Aquinas in the chat is. In fact, I saw them wearing a judge shirt at this event. The Jailer player has the obligation to put that trigger on the stack and give you back your creature. If you notice it after the fact, policy is to return the creature when you notice the error. Even a lot of things have happened since then. So something to keep in mind with that, everybody. It is one player's responsibility to remember that trigger, but you also should try to remember it. I guess is what we're learning.
I mean, it was close, right?
Yeah, I know. I was thinking like, man, it's gonna be tough, but if he does win, I like my chances.
From the name Cleric. I'll write it down over here. Attempt to cast White Plume Adventurer.
Okay, this White Plume Adventurer is being cast. It can be countered, which is unfortunate because Dave Kaplan needlessly threw away a Force of Will here, not knowing the ruling on Thalia. Or not knowing that Thalia can't be countered, let's say. All right, Snow-Covered Plains gets digged up here by Be Excellent, a beautiful Ice Age version, I should add. This is a new Cavern on Cleric? Oh, you're right. There is a Wasteland. There was a Wasteland played. Yeah, it's getting a little bit hard to keep up with this game, to be honest, and also answer questions from the chat. So that is a Cavern on Cleric. So White Plume cannot be countered.
May I have the Monarch, please?
All right, so this attack gives Be Excellent the Monarch as well.
And up your upkeep, I have Thalia. Oh, look at that.
Swing for 3. 16,
Upkeep. I'm going to go to
Send a hand like that back.
Lost Will, Scry.
On the draw, too.
Put that on the bottom of my deck. Draw step. Draw.
Okay, heading over to the Scry side of the Undercity. Here's the Snow-Covered Plains we knew about. 1 card left in hand. Or 2 cards left in... Oh, 3 cards left in hand for Be Excellent. My bad. Looked like 1 for a second.
Go ahead and declare attack. Just attack with both of these.
Attacking for 5, putting Kaplan down to 10.
I'm gonna post-combat. I'm gonna attempt to cast White Plume Adventurer using the Cleric Cavern.
All right, Be Excellent being a little bit more clear about the Cavern now, which the head judge actually said they did not need to do, but doing it anyway. Kaplan thinking.
I said very clearly using the Cleric.
Very clearly
Okay.
trying to get a Scry.
Okay, I understand. Sorry. So I believe if I name that, it can play either mode.
Okay. Both players getting a little frustrated here, it seems. Force pitching, Expressive Iteration to get a Surveil trigger. Be Excellent Gets another initiative trigger, taking a look at Kaplan's graveyard for Delirium.
Right there, he can use the Fetty
Just
tap
like,
from exile.
it makes
Presumably
sense when it was a desktop client, you were playing Arena.
I will go to Arena when he resolves. So I'm goading your.
Okay, goading Dragon's Rage Channeler here, heading to the center room of the Undercity. And next turn we'll either be able to draw a card or make a skeleton.
The Monarch will trigger. So we'll draw for that. And then during your upkeep, these two will be untapped.
Be Excellent being very clear about this. Both creatures untapped on upkeep. And here's a Murktide for Kaplan.
So nice.
Looks like Kaplan is trying to make an 8/8.
I will block it with one of the white ones.
All right. The Dragon Rage Channeler, which was goaded, attacking right into the defenders. And drawing a card now in the archives during upkeep is Be Excellent. You can cast a counterspell in response to Cavern Creature. It just doesn't counter it. Exactly. That's exactly how it works.
Play a Cavern of Souls. This one will name Human.
So now there's a Cavern on Cleric and a Cavern on Human.
I'll tap my Cavern of Souls that's named Human in two of these. Elite Spellbinder.
Back like that.
Okay, again.
All right. Be Excellent takes game one. Okay, it looks like Kaplan has kept a hand, but Be Excellent has mulliganed. Not 100% sure.
It's only good against Shuka. It's not good against the.
It's okay if because the timing is hard, right?
Oh yeah.
It's just like how I play the stuff with because of
Cast the Brainstorm. It's responsible for trigger. That's true.
I played a lot of this deck, and
If you have an
I
instant
play around every time. Really good games, man.
Okay, both players kept 7. Scalding Tarn pass from Kaplan.
The game one was brutal too, because all you need is for you to draw a little more. Or me to draw a little bit.
JH Stock does not have live stream fatigue. JH Stock is ready to go. I Gonjo for Be Excellent in passing the turn. Kaplan correcting the Scalding Tarn. Some of the regular viewers of this channel are starting to get Magic Tournament fatigue. Every time I stream, I get messages, another Magic Tournament? When does it end? When does it end? Do they have to have Magic Tournaments every week? They're getting fatigue. All right, Steam Vents entered tapped. Now it's untapped. Polluted Delta.
Maybe it's worth leaving a few in. You can always throw them to Chrome boxes.
I'm already bringing in I was bringing in containment priests and very.
Kaplan cracks the Polluted Delta. Gets a Volk.
I don't think with my own stuff is that valuable. I don't.
Yeah, Magic players get fatigued very easily. Unchained Berserker comes in for Kaplan. Be Excellent gives the deck a nice shuffle. Unchained Berserker, you know, we talked about this several times over the last couple of weeks. I'm skeptical this card is worth it in Delver sideboards, but it's still finding slots along with cards like Blood Knight. Does anybody have a take on that? Has anybody tested it and says it's outstanding? Does anybody care? Nobody cares. Okay. Dune HS, thanks for the follow. Welcome.
I think I'm human.
All right, this cavern is on human.
It's gonna be
Thalia, Cardinals, Ravens.
All right, here's Thalia. And it cannot be countered.
I need to win these early rounds to keep playing against you,
Yeah, initiative decks are running walking ballistas now for creatures like Unchained Berserker.
So I take 3.
Empty Shrine, Kanushi, all that.
The deck is, I mean, I would assume you're good enough, and the deck is also good enough. And you put it together, I'm sure you're good.
Life totals on the phone need to be updated. I believe Be Excellent is now at 17, Kaplan at 18.
Oh, yeah, that's a questionable spot.
Yes, it was
What's the
Chalice
alternative?
continued Priest Fairy Macabre.
Yeah, no.
I
Yeah.
was like, alright.
That's, I mean,
No
a lot of
soul
that's on
lands.
me. Like,
No.
Yeah, True-Name Nemesis also getting some play.
I just was like, I have double force to stop solitudes. I have, like, against
I
the Containment Breeze.
when you went to go the first time, I should have cast a Solitude on it. So that way you force, and then if I go for Containment Priest, that's better.
I had double force to, like, fight both, you know? I just couldn't beat the fairy Macabre, you know?
If I go for
That's
two
why I
things
went
and you
for it.
force them both, and then you lose, then you're probably not sending this big problem. So like, okay.
That's why I went for it, because it was like, well, I can stop Containment Priest and Solitude. How much hate could he have? I lose the Fairy Macabre 3 up probably in the sideboard. I don't know, but like you passing and doing nothing means you don't have Thalia. It means you don't have, you know.
I poured it out though.
Just Fleshers.
I think that's reasonable.
Pay the extra 1 for the Thalia text.
It slows down me a little bit, but it's not like.
All right, swords on Delver. That'll resolve. Delver's gone.
Clear attack with Thalia.
Played,
Yeah, for 2.
So
For 2 is 17.
a lot of your deck is creatures. You're not that dependent on your.
Kaplan's down to 17.
You're
I
not
poured out. I poured out I think some number of monitors against you too. So
Yeah, because I'm child. Like, I think having the child's my deck, I know you got lots of interest for it, but like it's still sort of like helps to get.
So I believe both players are at 17 now. Apologies that the phone isn't getting updated. I tend to tell players keep it updated as best as you can. And playing these high stakes matches, it's understandable that they're not focused on it. Be Excellent, I believe, down to 14 now.
go. I hit Ball Dread Return. I was like, well, I'm screwed the Fairy Macabre. Because like my win is so slow at this point.
You're basically just making.
Great question from PL Chris. Are you going to play Black Knight and Curses? That that's tempting. Actually, that's pretty tempting.
It's all good, man. Good luck.
It may be time to bring back Curses, everybody. Kyle Marcos says, just wanted to say thanks for the great content and all the work that goes into it. You're welcome. Thank you for being here. Here's Elite Spellbinder. It cannot be countered. It's a human.
Okay, so it looks like 2 Murktide.
Double Murktide, Expressive Iteration, Brainstorm, Fury, and Lightning Bolt.
Expressive. 1 Brainstorm.
How's Curses in Delver Initiative meta? Honestly, I haven't tried it, but it may be worth a try. If anybody out there has tried it, definitely get in touch with me and let me know. I did see a Curses deck do well in a smaller event recently. I don't remember where that was. Mono Black Helm, as PL points out in the chat, decent spot right now. We saw it top 8 this event.
So I just used Elite Spellbinder, and I looked at his hand and I wrote down all the cards, but I didn't actually name a card.
Yes.
And then I went to combat.
Sorry, I thought you said 14.
The second was oops.
He's very good.
So we were at the point here. So you got ahead to the Elite Spellbinder. We both agree you didn't choose a card.
That's correct.
Okay. So unfortunately for Elite
And it's
Spellbinder,
a you may. Okay.
it is
so
May.
it's
You made the choice not to because
Okay.
you have progressed past that point.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you for catching that anyway. I appreciate it.
All right, Elite Spellbinder did not choose a card. I missed that. Trying to answer questions from chat, but yeah, a unfortunate error here by Be Excellent, which Kaplan pointed out. Here's a brainstorm. Yeah, Fury is a good card against this board state. Exactly.
Nothing else?
Those are tough to keep. Yeah, I know. It's like.
It would have been better than my modifier, but yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, the deck. Yeah, it's unfortunate how that played out, but it's probably definitely.
All right, here's Fury hitting the stat, getting evoked, pitching Expressive Iteration. It's going to likely eliminate both creatures on Be Excellent's side. They are gone. Attacking with Unchained Berserker. Be Excellent is now down to 11. Try and post like a life totals of my own here. Players have neglected the phone on the table. Sorry about that. So corrected life totals are in our overlay.
Let's go ahead and go to game 2 or game 3.
All right, we're going to game 3.
I think if I
Just wanted to take a quick moment as we start game 3 to thank some new YouTube members, Zane Aga, Evan Husney, and Lucas Von Flew. Thank you for hitting the join button on our YouTube channel. I appreciate that very much.
go ahead.
All right, a Snow Plains for Be Excellent. It looked like both players mulled. Delver comes in for Kaplan. Ancient Tomb.
Pass the turn. Okay, it's just an old drop. Okay. We'll go to 19.
All right, Delver hits. Be Excellent goes to 19. I guess I'll try to keep life totals updated for us again. All right, Brainstorm here for Kaplan.
And a turn. Source of Plowshares.
And a turn, Source of Plowshares on Delver.
Okay, you're back at 20, is that correct? No, you didn't fetch, so you're still 20, you're 21. Upkeep, draw step. Seasoned Dungeoneer.
Seasoned Engineer hitting the stack, paying 4 life is Be Excellent.
Going to 16. Got you at 20. I'm at 16, I believe. Oh wait, you're right. I'm sorry, I took a point from the number. I'm 15. Go ahead.
Okay, we'll just use the phone for now. I'm having trouble keeping up with what's going on. They're saying numbers and then changing numbers. Life totals appear to be correct on the screen now.
Three cards.
All right, a fetch here for Kaplan. Back down to 19. Getting a bulk. Expressive Iteration hitting the stack here for Kaplan. Mechanic Island getting placed into exile. It's getting played.
Two, 4, 6. Walking Ballista.
Walking Ballista X is 3.
That's correct.
Going down to 11 is Be Excellent here in game 3. Walking Ballista pretty good. They'll be able to recharge without paying any life, especially will be good if Be Excellent can find another planes, let's say. All right, here's Murktide.
It's only 4 cards.
That's pretty good against Walking Ballista.
Sorcery against it. So we'll come in with 3 counters. Okay.
It'll have 3 counters on it.
Keep, draw step.
If Be Excellent has a way to remove this Murktide, this Walking Ballista could get really mean.
Lead Spellbinder.
Lead Spellbinder reveals Chain Lightning, Brazen Borrower, Unchained Berserker.
Think about this for a second.
Yeah, Delver was Swords, which gained Kaplan a life.
You can still cast Petty Theft even if it's exiled with Lead Spellbinder. It's just 4 mana instead of. Is that correct?
Okay, it sounds like they're not sure about how Brazen Borrower works with Elite Spellbinder. If you can still cast Petty Theft.
Brazen Borrower and Elite Spellbinder, so you can still cast the alternate cost if I exile it.
It has the and I cast the Auto-Fencer if the main card is
Spellbinder is going to move.
It's a good question. I believe the answer is yes.
They're different cards, right?
What's that?
Yeah, so they can be either mode can be cast when it's exiled from Elite Spellbinder. It just either mode will cost 2 additional mana. Is that correct?
The judge is Googling it. I was like, that's funny.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, if
Judges take out their phone and type in google.com, then go to the search bar and type in the entire explanation and see what comes up.
okay. It just says for as long as the owner may play it. A spell,
believe it
a
is
spell
going to
cast this way costs 2 more.
I believe it is going to affect the named card by the Spellbinder, meaning that it's a split card, it's 2 different names. So let me confirm on that.
But it's not a named card, it's just like exile a non-named card. It doesn't name the card.
So, give me 1 second.
Sorry.
All right, judge seems unsure and going to go check with the level 7 judge. I think they're getting Mark Rosewater on the phone now. Mark Rosewater is having lunch with his family, and the phone is ringing right now with the judge standing right next to Dave Kaplan. So we'll see. Action-packed live stream today.
So, it is going to affect the odds. It's 2 halves of the card. It's not considered 2 cards. It's going to affect the odds. So either, whichever side you decide to pass, if he was to release Spellbinder, the Brazen Borrower, if you were to do Brazen Borrower, it's going to cost 2 more. If you were to do Petty Thief, I think it's called, it would also cost 2.
Okay. I will name Brazen Borrower. Or I won't name it, I'll just point to this card because you don't name the card. So that remains in exile. If you want, we could just put like a dice on it or something. That's fine.
Okay, Brazen Borrower has been chosen by Elite Spellbinder and placed into exile. Either side of Brazen Borrower, Petty Theft or Brazen Borrower, will cost 2 more if they get cast from exile.
I'll pass.
Passing the turn back to Kaplan, who has a 6/6 Murktide on the table. Here's Expressive Iteration. Pretty good. Misty Rainforest gets found. Gets played. Chain Lightning targeting Walking Ballista here. Nope. The Spellbinder. Yeah, that makes sense. It flies. Attacking with Murktide Regent for 6. Putting Be Excellent down to 5. Double fetch here for Kaplan. No response.
17 now.
Chain Berserker will enter here. Brazen Borrower is not on an adventure. It's exiled by Spellbinder. Walking Ballista can potentially shoot this Berserker.
I'm going to go ahead and ping him. Declare attack for 2.
15.
Murktide attacks for lethal here. Let's see if Be Excellent has a response.
Cost.
Blessed Alliance.
Target players opponent sacrifices an attacking creature.
All right, Murktide sacrificed. Wasteland on the City of Traders. Those Ancient Tombs are basically shut off with Kaplan having a Chain Lightning.
Podcast Petty Theft. Is the Brazen Borrower +3? Is it no longer
It would be no longer exiled.
Yeah. So the first one is going to cost 2.
Okay, Brazen Borrower is exiled by Spellbinder. Still, Kaplan verifying that if they were to cast Petty Theft and the Brazen Borrower changes zones and then goes back into exile on an adventure, it will cost its usual amount, no longer having the 2-mana tax. Here's White Plume Adventurer. Kaplan says, sure. Be Excellent is now at 3, I believe. Here's a Plains. Walking Ballista is sacrificed. The Petty Theft should be countered. Not sure it matters.
I'm at 5. I'm at 3. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. That's game. Good game.
Are players just free for the result into the mail?
Okay. Kaplan gets that one.